Hey everybody, so I'm going to show you how to play a bossa or a samba, just looping the different parts on a violin or a cello or a viola, or really any different way you want to do it. What I'm going to do really quickly is play just a part of this samba called Tristeza for you. And you can look at the YouTube video that I did, just look up Tristeza, T-R-I-S-T-E-Z-A. I've got a full performance of that song on my YouTube channel as well. I'm just going to play a short piece of this song for you right now. So that's the tune. And so I'm just going to talk to you about how we can put together those different parts on the violin. So really the best thing to do first is to put your instrument down, and with your hands we can get going this the 16th note pattern, which is just be gentle, don't hurt your hands or anything like that, but what I'm doing is I'm accenting on 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. I kind of go down with my right first because I'm right-handed. It might work better for you left. So you want to get that first. And then for the bass, what we're going to do is 1, 3, 1, 3. So on 3, we accent. And 3 is also long. So I'm going to put them together. See if you can get this going. So that's the second part. Now, the clave, which is this repeated rhythm, sounds like this. So see if you can get that together. Next thing you want to do is, and this is just kind of a fun thing you can work on. I mean, you don't have to master this today, but I think it's important to really immerse yourself in the whole groove. Try to get different combinations going. So a combination of the bass and the 16ths, or a combination of the bass and the clave, or the 16ths and the clave. So let's see if we can get the 16ths and the clave now. So da 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 da, and then you can throw the bass in if you want. Da 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 da. So there you go. So work on that. And now if you want to put it together with a loop pedal, the rule is whenever you're creating a loop, always play something that is your subdivisions first. So the bass line, in this case, the bass line would just be, I'm using my octave pedal to get a bass line. I'm just playing, you can either play the root of the chord twice. So my first chord is G, and then I'll go to C, so it would sound like G, C, G, C, for example. Or you can play root down to the 5th of the chord. So G down a 4th to the 5th, and then C down a 4th. G, C. Just a disclaimer, I'm not an expert on Brazilian music, but this is just sort of like some of the basics that I've learned. Okay, so I would not do the bass line first because it doesn't have as many subdivisions. I feel like this has more subdivisions, my clave pattern. So for your clave, I'm just using the 3rd and the 7th of every chord. So whatever the song is, you just play the 3rd and the 7th. Usually that'll work, especially if you're talking about 7th chords. In other words, chords with 4 notes or more in them. I just use the 3rd and the 7th. Now, if it's just triads, if it's just 3-note chords, you can use any combination of root, 3rd, and 5th. But so for this song, if I just have my 3rd and the 7th, that's what I lay down first. And when you put it all together, you've got the whole groove. Really, all you need is that clave repeated rhythm, and then you've got the bass line going with it down an octave, and it sounds pretty good. Now, some other little things that you can do, what's just kind of fun, is you can get this kind of cuica sound. The cuica drum, it's named the cuica drum because it sounds like cuica, you know. So I sort of keep my finger in the string, slide it way up high on any string. And I mean, this is just kind of a fun thing, you know, but. Or if you want, you can kind of get those 16th notes going just by covering your strings lightly and you don't have to do that. You could do the same thing with the bow if you want. So could do that. Anyway, those are some different ideas for just ways to adapt a bossa or a samba to a bowed string instrument and create your own loops. I should make the point that essentially if you want to, instead of playing a samba, if you want to do it as a bossa, and again, I'm not an expert. From what I understand, though, it's just basically you slow it down. So I'll give you an example of a bossa using the same idea. So I'll start with a clave, and my progression is going to be simple. I'm just going to do A minor, and then B minor 7 flat 5 to E7. So let's see here. So there's my clave, and here's my bass. So since it's slow, you can think of it more as like a bossa nova. A lot of the melodic material be really laying on these offbeats, not always on offbeats, but it helps. And one of the things you'll notice is that I'm always keeping my bow moving, although I don't play it although I don't make a sound all the time. And that's something I'm going to go more in depth into another video about how I'm kind of using the bow like this and do the same thing with strumming. So check that out.